What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. A little different today, I know. Um, in today's video, we got to talk about the Jeep TrackHawk as it's making a return. If you see my bro's video over there, OC Motivator, he talked about this a day or two ago, and myself, and Butter the Insider and OC Motivator have been talking about this for I don't know 8 months, 9 months. We saw they even caught one of them on the street, an SRT model that they were testing. Everyone was like, "Oh no, that has the 2.0 in it." No, you're retarded. It was a model that they're testing. It was a pre-production model. But we're going to talk about all that and more as Jeep's vice president had some interesting things to say right after this. So guys, before we get into today's video, I got to talk about the giveaway that's going on the channel right now. The Ram 1500 Limited is closing out tomorrow. We have today and tomorrow. We also launched a limited, 15 order option, which gave people 9,500X entries. There are 4 of those remaining. 11 people already took advantage of that. There's 4 of those remaining for 4 customers. If you want to get in on it and take a good chance to win this Ram 1500 Limited, it's very easy to do. Go to tk'sgarage.bigcartel.com. You'll see it there. And we have some other stuff launching special for something that we have going on with a TRX and the Hellcat Chrysler 300 on the 1st. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. So speaking of, insane power, Jeep is the vice president has come out, and I'm going to put this up on the screen, and said, you won't believe what's coming. Well, we know it's coming. We know that you're going to finally, for the first time, Hellcat a Wrangler. You're probably going to Hellcat the Gladiator, and you're going to Hellcat the Jeep Grand Cherokee, bringing back the TrackHawk. And it would not surprise me in the least to compete with the Escalade V, right? That they end up Hellcatting the Grand Wagoneer. I think you're going to have an entire SRT division inside of Jeep and probably have 3 or 4 Hellcat powered products at Jeep. When I told you that, when SRT was coming back, that they were like, I put out that merch that you can find over at tk'sgarage.com, Hellcat everything or Hemi everything, I meant that. They're going to insane power everything right now. And it's what consumers want. Is everybody able, and I understand, I see the comments, guys. Is everyone going to be able to afford this shit? Of course not. No, they're not. They're not going to be able to afford it. We know this. This is not anything new, okay? But it's something, it gives somebody something to aspire to, right? Maybe they start with the new 5.7 that comes out in one of these Jeeps, right? Maybe they go to a 6.4, a little bit after that. And then they get to the Hellcat. That's how it works, man. That's how it works. You see guys all the time. I know guys when I was, I'm in Houston, Texas all the time. You guys see me out there. And the car community out there is pretty dope, especially in the Mopar community. And you would see guys that would have like SXTs and they'd wrap them and they'd do all the cool stuff and put lights on them. But they really wanted, a 5.7 and they'd work and they'd hustle and they'd grind and they'd do whatever to get to that next level, to get to that 5.7. And then they get to a Scat Pack and eventually they get to a Hellcat. And I think this is a smart move by Jeep to do this. I think bringing back these Hellcat models and expanding outside of the TrackHawk, because the TrackHawk's always been like that monster, right? But I don't think it's going to be as good as the last generation's TrackHawk. And the reason why I say that is because you have the Charger, and it's going to be all-wheel drive, and it's going to have that same power plant, with the stage 1 and stage 2, and having all of that insane power available to it. I just don't see I don't see the TrackHawk in its current configuration, how big the Grand Cherokee is, being faster than the Charger with the same power plant. If they're both all-wheel drive, I don't see it. Doesn't mean that people aren't going to buy it. People are going to want it, just like they want the Hellcat Durango now. Okay, like people are going to get the vehicle. As soon as it comes out, people are going to want to be all over it. I got a TrackHawk. Like, don't get it twisted. 100%. But is it going to be that vehicle of old? Because the TrackHawk was the all-wheel drive Hellcat, basically. And that thing was stock murdering people at the track. Like, it wasn't it wasn't even close. All right. When a Challenger couldn't put the power down in the back, TrackHawk would just sit down and just gone. It was out. So yeah, I think it's a smart move by Jeep. I think people really want this. I think people really are going to, clamor for it. They really, really want that option there. Is everybody going to buy it? Like I said, no, but I think it's a smart move, and it's another part of the turnaround of Stellantis, because believe it or not, they're going to sell a bunch of these TrackHawks. I can tell you right now. And if they come out with the Wrangler and the Gladiator with Hellcat engines in them, because you can buy them, people swap them in all the time. But they come out with those available, oh, it's over. Like, people are going to buy the shit out of those all day. Are you kidding me? Pfft, gone. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. And hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're excited for the TrackHawk, I am. I'm always about more options, right? I know manufacturers try to pare down their models and all that stuff now. They don't try to have 15 or 20 models anymore because it's not financially or fiscally responsible for them. I get it. I'm an investor. I understand. But I think having those Hellcat options there is more about brand identity and what the brand is. And I think it'll make a huge difference in also the company with its turnaround. Just saying. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And as always, stay petty, my friends.